Hey, and welcome. I'm Sydney Stallworth. Good morning, and welcome to 5 on your feed.
Hello, Sydney, and I'm Monica Adams. Ryan Dean has the morning off. Let's start off this morning with a story that's unfolding right here in our own backyard, Sydney. And it's also, of course, trending across the nation. We're learning more about the suspected serial killer from North County, and also police are telling us how they cracked the case. So let's break it down. 25-year-old Perez Reed from Bellefontaine Neighbors. He's in federal custody at a jail in Jennings. Now, police believe he's responsible for killing 6 people in 2 states and shooting at least 2 others. The crimes happened in September and October. 4 of those killings right here in the St. Louis area. So investigators say the victims appeared to be targeted at random. 2 murders in Kansas City, Kansas. Now, they gave police in St. Louis the lead that they needed to find Reed. There, police say Reed gave a security guard at a high-rise apartment complex his driver's license when he went in with one of the victims. A surveillance image captured the crescent-shaped moon on his forehead, which police matched to mugshots from previous arrests. Police then connected him to a train ticket from Kansas City to St. Louis and arrested him Friday when he boarded a bus in Independence, Missouri. Now that police believe they have their guy, Major Ryan Cousins from the St. Louis Police Department spoke about the case, and he said, quote, "For over 2 months now, these detectives have worked tirelessly on this case, which has brought us to the successful result. I'm certain that without their efforts, this subject would have went on and committed more homicides," end quote. Now, Reed has been charged with murder for the 2 homicides in the county, and St. Louis City Police say they're in process of applying for murder charges for 2 homicides that happened there as well. So once again, kudos to all of the police in, as they said, working tirelessly over this. I did hear a comment from one parent that said, I found out about this through social media with these victims. I mean, that is a little, disheartening, but at the same time, as we all know, so many things are out there in social media and you find out so very quickly, and that's what's hard. But this is unbelievable that all of this has unfolded, and some people are saying this is, like a movie unfolding in our own backyard.
And it is unfortunate, but the power of social media, we've seen that especially over the past couple of months with cracking cases and solving crimes. And, we just wish that we're just hoping that everything works out in this case. Now, switching gears here, just over an hour ago, the St. Louis County Health Department resumed its distribution of vaccines to kids ages 5 to 11. Now, this morning, the county opened 2 more permanent health clinics for vaccination, in addition to the John C. Murphy Health Center in Berkeley, which gave out just 300 shots over the weekend because of a shipping delay. Those other locations are the North Central Community Health Center off Jennings Station Road and the South County Health Center at Lindbergh and Gravois. Walk-ins are welcome there. Now, this week, the county had 3,300 Pfizer shots for kids. And tomorrow, St. Louis County Library will start its distribution, but its vaccine supply is limited, so you'll want to go ahead and book an appointment if you can. 4 branches will offer shots on various days. Those branches include Lewis and Clark, Natural Bridge, Florissant Valley, and Rock Road. Now, St. Louis Children's Hospital is also vaccinating kids, but their spots are all booked up this week. You can get some more information on all of this by texting the word vaccine to 314-425-5355. We'll make it easy for you, and we'll send you a list of clinics closest to you.
All right, Sydney, well, while kids are just now getting their chance at the COVID vaccination, a federal court has halted a vaccine mandate for private employers. Now the Biden administration is defending their requirement for private employers, but many businesses, well, they have some concerns. So the vaccine mandate would apply to private businesses with more than 100 workers. Employees would have until January 4th to get the shot or an exemption. Any workers without their vaccine by then will have to wear a mask and be tested weekly for coronavirus. At least 27 states filed legal challenges against the regulations last week, claiming executive overreach, including Missouri. So federal court judges paused the rule from taking effect. The Biden administration says the mandate is necessary to fight the COVID pandemic, but employers fear it would lead many of their workers to quit. The Fifth Court of Appeals trying to expedite the case surrounding the vaccine mandate, but as of now, there's no telling if it will have a nationwide effect.
Now, we shouldn't be surprised that money is the hot topic on KSDK.com this morning, and as we wait for President Biden's signature on his $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill. You want to know what this means for Missouri and Illinois. The Show Me State is expected to get about $8 billion. Around $6 billion of that will go toward highway repairs and another $480 million for bridges. $675 million will help to modernize our public transit systems, and $100 million will expand broadband access across the state. And for the land of Lincoln, well, it'll get $17 billion in spending. A chunk of that money will also go to highway projects, bridge repairs, and public transportation. There are nearly 2,400 bridges and 6,200 miles of highway in poor condition across Illinois. Now, the White House estimates Missouri drivers spend $750 every year due to driving on roads in need of repairs. That could really add up. And in Illinois, drivers pay $609 a year for costs coming from driving on bad roads. When President Biden signs this into law, these funds will be distributed over the next 5 years.
And Sydney, also part of the bill, a new requirement would require automakers to install technology into their cars that would keep drunk drivers off the road. Under the legislation, monitoring systems to stop intoxicated drivers would actually roll out in all new vehicles as early as 2026. Experts say the most likely system to prevent drunken driving is infrared cameras. That technology is already being installed by General Motors, BMW, and Nissan. The system tracks driver attentiveness while using partially automated driver assist systems. The cameras make sure a driver is watching the road and look for signs of drowsiness, loss of consciousness, or impairment. If signs are spotted, the car will warn the driver and even turn on its hazard lights, slow down, and pull over. Now, each year, around 10,000 people are killed due to alcohol-related crashes, making up nearly 30% of all traffic fatalities. In all, the infrastructure bill is giving out $17 billion to road safety programs. So, do you think automakers should build cars with drunk driving prevention technology? We want you to weigh in. This is very interesting that this just came up. I actually know someone this happened to, and they own a BMW and crashed, and actually the car drove him to a nearby parking lot, made sure that he was okay. He's dealing with that, but I think that's remarkable. However, Congresswoman Cori Bush, she's one of only 6 Democrats who voted against the bill and says it's not a win for St. Louis. Casey Nolan, by the way, will be sitting down with Cori Bush tomorrow to talk more about this. But, you know, you can weigh in on both sides. I think it's pretty remarkable to have that technology.
As far as drunk driving goes and that technology goes. But when it comes to the road repairs that we're seeing and that bill that you just mentioned that Congresswoman Bush is going to be speaking about, you know, I've seen it firsthand driving on those roads here in St. Louis, and they need a lot of work. That's an understatement. So Casey is going to be talking to her tomorrow about that. But when it comes to that technology, it amazes me what cars can do these days. They can park themselves, pull you over.
They're going to be flying soon, Sydney.
Exactly. They said that before.
In a decade, we'll be like the Jetsons.
It's happening this time.
All right, let's turn to the top story in the nation. It's been a topic of conversation since Friday, the Astroworld Music Festival. We're learning more about the 8 victims from the deadly concert, and one of them was a student from SIU Carbondale, 20-year-old Jacob Juranek. He was a journalism student. Chancellor Austin Lane released a statement that read in part, "We are brokenhearted to lose a member of the Saluki family. Jacob was a creative, intelligent young man with a very promising career in journalism and advertising." Jacob went to the concert with his best friend, 21-year-old Franco Patino from Naperville, Illinois. He also died. Rapper and producer Travis Scott has vowed to pay for all of the victims' funerals. He already faces a civil suit claiming negligence. Multiple investigations are underway as families of the victims promise lawsuits against Scott, organizers, and all involved in the festival. Now, we spoke to the pageant to see what kind of preparations workers do there to prevent tragedy like this from happening. So they say they keep an eye on the crowd throughout the show to look for signs of anyone needing help. There's a capacity on the dance floor, and then they factor in the genre of music and just how emotional the crowd will get into their safety plans. The pageant, of course, is a smaller venue than the one in Houston, but the owner still says to make sure when you attend a concert, take note of the nearest exits around you. You know, that's kind of like the same thing when you're on a plane and they say, you know where the exit is right near you, but know where everything is. You want to have that escape route.
Yeah, and just seeing some of that video that we're seeing coming from that event, it's just shocking, and it's really, really sad, honestly. So I think we just wish families the best, because you go out to have a good time, go out to see one of your favorite artists, and something tragic like this
Whenever
happens.
you've gone to a concert, though, I never want to be anywhere near that.
The front? The very
Absolutely,
front?
because of these kind of situations. And you just, again, I think it's very important to figure out what kind of music is playing, as they say, what kind of emotions are leading into all this. But I would much rather have a seat back than to be filled in that mosh pit.
Yeah, but you never know, but you go to enjoy yourself, so you don't even
would hope it
expect
wouldn't
that in your
happen.
wildest dreams that this could happen.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch gears to another story also trending on our website this morning. And what these parents from California are going through must be indescribable. There was a mix-up at a fertility clinic. Two mothers gave birth to each other's babies, and they didn't know until 3 months after birth. The family spent 4 months raising and bonding with babies who were not their own before ultimately swapping. Both of the couples underwent IVF at the same fertility clinic. Now, one of the couples is suing. They first suspected that something was wrong when their baby didn't look like them. A genetic test at 3 months confirmed their suspicions. The embryo had been switched with another couple. Now, the clinic has not publicly commented on the lawsuit, Monica. The other couple in the mix-up is also expected to file a lawsuit. This is like something out of your worst nightmare, but also a movie or a TV show. It doesn't seem like this could really happen, and I can only imagine how they feel after bonding with these babies for a couple of months and finding out that that's not your child.
No, I know. And we were, we were following this on the Today Show, and they were breaking it down. And you obviously know that a lawsuit was coming, but no money can give you back the fact that you lost those memories with your child. You were not with them in those upbringing, rearing years.
Yes.
It is heartbreaking. And this is like one of the worst stories that I have heard about in a long, long time. But it is all about the fact that no matter what, they'll get money for this. There's no doubt they will get money for that. But you cannot give that back to them.
Yeah, those first 4 months, first 3 months, that skin-to-skin contact, that bonding time, can't get that back. That's unfortunate.
All right, well, moving on, it feels like a year ago we were saying how well shelters were doing during the pandemic and how many pets were getting adopted. But now local animal rescue groups say they are overwhelmed by the number of abandoned pets. Many are dumped on the side of the road. They're left to wander without food or water. Rescuers are blaming the high numbers on people moving, the end of the eviction moratorium, people becoming burned by vet care or getting overwhelmed by their pandemic playmate. Rescuers are doing what they can, but shelters and foster families are running out of space to house them all. Now, there are ways you can help. So you can donate to rescue and education efforts, foster a pet, make sure your own pets are fixed. For more information on how to help out these local animal shelters, text the word PETS to 314-425-5355, and we'll send you a link right to your phone. Yeah, I just actually did a story recently with Stray Rescue, and they have 200 dogs and puppies. Yeah, they were teaming up with first responders selling, I think they probably still have some of those calendars that you can buy to help them, but I was like, 200?
Right.
And that's just one of our rescue organizations.
I know, and don't forget about the cats too. I was out at Belleville Area Humane Society not too long ago, and they said they are filled to the brim with cats, so make sure you go out and adopt those cats.
But this is the time of year when people start thinking, oh, maybe I'll give the kids a puppy or a cat or a kitten under the tree. Yes, that's great. Please make sure that you're going to be okay to take care of them.
Exactly.
That's what's very important.
Forever, a forever home. All right, now things are looking pretty good outside this morning. I was out really early, and it wasn't as cold as it was last week. Let's check in with Anthony to get a look at the weather.
Welcome to your Tuesday morning. We've got temperatures climbing out of the 50s this morning. We have a lot of cloud cover around too. Numbers today, not as warm as those 70s we had yesterday, but still decent. 67 for you in St. Charles, same in Chesterfield, 66 in Alton, and over in Belleville for the day ahead. So we're cloudy today with just a few peaks of sun. Same for tomorrow. Numbers up near 70 for Wednesday. There could be a spot sprinkle tonight, also tomorrow night, but the better chance of rain exists on Thursday. And then a cooler, breezy weekend ahead with numbers only near 50 for daytime highs.
All right, Anthony, thanks very much. The red carpet, it was laid out in U City last night for the man who led the greatest show on turf.
I get it. That was a good
American
one.
Underdog, yep, the Kurt Warner story. It actually premiered to a select few that bought the tickets at the Tivoli Theater, and then they got a chance to stick around and have a little Q&A with those two, Kurt and Brenda. St. Louisans know, of course, the backstory, the bench player who led the Rams to a Super Bowl victory. Kurt, who would normally broadcast the Monday Night Football game on radio, he said this movie, well, it was much more important. Okay, it was incredible. I've seen it.
Oh, really?
Yes. So Frank Cusimano and I had a chance to see it on Friday, and then we had a chance to sit down and interview them. So you'll hear more with Frank and Kurt and Brenda on Sports Plus on Sunday night, and then my special on the actual movie itself and previewing it for you will be the week of Christmas. Let me just tell you, I would highly recommend you get with your families for Christmas and then maybe have a couple hours where you can go and see the movie. It would be a wonderful kind of a faith-based, feel-good, so you get an opportunity to go see it. It is unbelievable. It is even better than I thought it could be.
Well, Monica, can you give us a little,
it's
sneak peek without giving it away?
If you think it's a lot about the actual greatest show on turf, you only see that in about the last maybe 5-10 minutes of the movie. It's much more about their relationship, their connection, their faith, how deeply they were down and out. I had no idea. And it's all the decisions that you make in life and how any small decision the other way could drastically change, but it's all based on that drive, the grit, the determination, and the faith. It will give you chills. It's amazing. My husband, by the way, cried.
Did he really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's
He probably doesn't like me saying
I know. He's probably at home like, no, that's great, Monica.
Yes,
and I
it's
can't
good.
wait to see Frank's piece, your piece, and see the movie. It's always great when
Christmas Day
you
is when it opens.
Yeah, for a local hero. So that's pretty awesome. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow at the same time.
Bye.